Hi friend, it's Pat Sloan here. So today is the last part of Bountiful, the Fat Quarter Shop quilt along to support Make-A-Wish. And my quilt will go up for the charity fundraising. So Fat Quarter Shop will be giving all those details. I don't really have the final details on it yet, but when I do, I will talk about it again. The quilt though will be shipping off to them. So they have to take photos and have it available for whatever they're doing, for how they have to handle everything. So they need the quilt. But I went ahead and I hung it outside so we could take a look at the backing, which is now what you have, which you can do. You can do the piece backing. It is so darling. Let's go take a look. Here's the front again of Bountiful, but we're going to go around the back because I want to show you the back of mine. You now have the pattern for that. And here we go. There it is. Oh, we got a cute little breeze going. It's got a little lift to it. So the butterflies are in the back, and I want to thank our ambassador Bobby for helping me out and sewing the butterflies. Aren't they beautiful? Now I have a label that I'm making, and so I will show you that as well. Let's look at the label I'm going to do for the charity quilt. I decided that I would love to do a heart on the back as its label. Now this is a free pattern from Cluck Cluck Sew, and it comes in quite a few sizes. I did the 6-inch. The 6-inch size, which I think is plenty of room to write on. Let me just show you it against the fabric. So here's the backing of the charity quilt, and I will just position it there. I will write on it. I will put the name of the charity project. It's for Make-A-Wish with Fat Quarter Shop. I'll put my name. I'll put my long armor's name, yeah, the date, where I live, all that good stuff. And now I generally write with a Sharpie. This is an ultra, you can see, ultra fine point. That's the Sharpies that I generally use. You can also, and I have many times used the Pigmas. This right now, I don't have a Pigma pen in the right pen size that I like. This one is green. The 05 is green, and that's the size that I like. But I don't really want to write green, you know, the green cap. So this size, the 01, is really, really small. And that's the right color. It's like a brown, dark brown, but it just is hard to write on cloth with that size pen. It's just too small. It's too skinny. So I need to order myself another one of these in black and brown, that kind of a thing. So I will write it with my Sharpie, which does really well. If you know, people will ask, you know, what about washing your quilt? If you're making a quilt that will be heavily washed, go to the effort of either hand embroidering or machine embroidering your label. If you do it that way for a quilt that will be heavily washed, then you know nothing will wash away. I have done regular washings with Sharpie, and they will start to fade some, but they've always stayed enough that I can read it. And same with the Pigmas. The same with the Pigma pens. But if you're heavily washing something like a baby quilt that they're going to wash it every week, then go for embroidery, hand embroidery, machine embroidery, so that it is much more stable. It will be there for the life of the quilt. Alrighty, let's go back to the other side. So I rolled right into when I did the label for the quilt. So the label is also now on the back. So ta-da, have it back here with all the information. It was so fun to do. This was using a French General fabric, and then I added in the green and the little pops of yellow from my stash. Got to have a good stash. Now, also today I want to show you I got, the little one done. I quilted the crab for the pillow, so I'm going to go ahead and finish that pillow. And then I also quilted, I'm going to be ahead. I think I'm going to be ahead. I've got the Halloween quilted. So I did just horizontal wave stitch, which I think turned out so cute on the house, on the haunted house. I really love that. So cute. Okay, I have, let's see, we're going to do a little quilt parade. So let's do the quilt parade now. And then after that, we'll do some book nook. And then I want to put the critters up on the wall because this weekend I want to sew the critters, get them done. So I'm going to put them up there. So let's first do the quilt parade. It is Barn Star Quilts by you and you and you. First up is Ashley, who hung her large blocks and then some of the next size blocks on the clothesline. Isn't that cute? It's a great way to take a picture if you don't have a place for these giant blocks. Betty has it going on here. Wow, look at these. Love the blues, the pinks. So pretty. We're going to see lots of gorgeous ones. So Carrie, this is our ambassador, Carrie from Pennsylvania, and she's got the top done. Look at that. This is kind of an Americana feel, red, white, and blue with pinks and that light blue. Okay, Carrie, if it's missing, don't look at my house. Do not look here. Don't. Okay, there's going to be single blocks as well shown today, and this one's from Charlotte. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. That acidy green in there with the turquoise, gorgeous. Cheryl's is up on the wall. Wow, looks like she has a design wall big enough for the whole thing too. Way to go. I love it. Let's see, Darlene. This is another one. It is, I see binding on there. I'm pretty sure, yep, that's quilted. Yeah, it is. I had to scroll in. So, oh, gosh, it is gorgeous. Look at that. All the colors pulled from her border. Perfect. This quilt must be gigantic. Bed size. Diane's. This is a warm, cozy fabrics. They look a bit like Civil War fabrics. I love it. Just gorgeous. Donna's is soft and pretty, so pastel with that soft green, soft pink. Elaine's, another one that's warm and cozy colors. They are just spectacular. I love some of those bigger prints you have in there in the beige, looking good. Gail has another big design wall. Look how great this is. She is using some coffee fabrics. If you look on that big star on the left, the center is a big coffee pot. There's a coffee cup. That is from that fabulous line that had the big panel. If you all were with me and remember that one. Joe's. Look at these. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. The sort of pops of yellow are just great, making your eye move around. We got next, Jody's, another cozy palette, just beautiful. She has some big florals in there, and I love how she's using those. They are just turning out wonderful. Carla took it outside for the photo shoot. I love this. Out on the grass. Gorgeous lawn, by the way. Beautiful colors. I love those greens that you're using in there with the turquoise and the yellow. Really, really effective. Okay, our ambassador Kendall, he was doing pictures individually, so I put them into a little collage of his barn stars. Aren't they great? He has some really awesome fabrics he's using. Don't forget, if you shop outside the U.S., he has a online store, and so in Australia, he ships and lives in Australia. Also, I found that little barn for you, Kendall. It just goes with your quilt. Kia's is up on her design wall. Another big design wall. I'm envious of all you guys. This is beautiful. Love your fabrics. Got some great yellow fabrics in there. Just a few more. This is Linda's, and she has some pops of purple, and you can see that she's been doing some of the smaller blocks. Now, a few of you mentioned, I don't know whose was whose, I didn't say. Some of you are only doing are doing less of each block. Like if there's 2 blocks, you're just doing 1 to make a smaller quilt. Here's Megan's. They are just popping off that black background. Just brilliant colors. Just so exciting to see it come together. It's going to be a great quilt. Mary Beth's is beautiful as well. She has a lot of gray tones with that deep navy and sort of plummy purples. Really effective. And that green, like on the bottom right block, I love how that green is working with those fabrics. And we're going to wrap it up with Pendle. And Pendle has a beautiful like grays and yellows. It looks like maybe the whole quilt is going to go that way. And so I can't wait to see it. Thank you everybody for sharing your masterpieces. Now you can jump in and start the Barnstar quilt anytime you want. It's a book, so you just follow along. We started in January, and it'll end in December. We'll do the last blocks. Now I want to remind you from the Sew Sampler, because I don't think I didn't visualize, I didn't think about it. But in the Sew Sampler, this month you get the Jolly Bar, which is rolled up here, and it has this pattern that comes with the Jolly Bar, exclusive to this Jolly Bar. But you can buy this now. You don't have to buy the whole box of things. This comes with, you can just get this by itself. So if you love the Jolly Bar, and I thought, let's just take a quick look at the fabrics. It is very summery. It's called Berry Basket, so of course, you know, feels very summery. This one's easy to get open. It's by April Rosenthal. I love her fabrics. She's a great person. Okay, so here we go. I think that this is super cute. It's got this nice big floral and then a tone on tone. And then I love this one with the little polka dots here. Just come in a little bit closer. Come in a little bit closer with these polka dots. And there's duplicates in the line, so in the Jolly Bar, because it has the same. All Jolly Bars always have the same number of pieces. What is it? Probably like 42. But look at the strawberries and the blueberries. The blueberries, so cute. A little daisy, a little hexagon. Now onto gray. So and there's a plaid. Didn't see that earlier. So there's a plaid. This is a great Jolly Bar, and you can use any of the Jolly Bar books. As well. So pinks, go into some pink plaid. Pink, 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 pink. Pinks and reds. Red, red, everything red. Oh, I love that little daisy on red. And that hexagon is so cool. Look at that up close. Look at that. That is a cool print. There are the blueberries and the strawberries. Red tonal, red floral. And then a medium blue. So any of the Jolly Bar books have great patterns in them. And then there's also a few free patterns on the Fat Quarter Shop for using their Jolly Bar. Jolly Bars are 5 by 10 pre-cut. And so they're like half of a layer cake. The blue is very pretty. Oh, and then the dark blue. Navy. This is just gorgeous. Love that. And the little flowers. One more. Oh, with aqua, the little hexagons, and more berries. Oh, light blueberries. Love that. Oh, okay. Then there was a solid back there. Let me get it. Okay, there we go. Now, also in that box, I didn't read on the little note, a little box that it came in, but the pickup, the magnet that picks it up, it was designed by Owen Cohen. Here's his picture when he was a teenager. How about that? Great going, Owen. That's a really, really nifty magnet with the little clip that lets it release. I like it a lot. All right, let's do the book Nook before we go on to the critters, because and I want to show you, this book Nook is going to be for our upcoming quilt along from my friend Wendy Shepard's book. Now Wendy also does, I've been sewing a lot of Wendy's things. She also showcases my fabrics, and we're doing her crab quilt right now. So we're going to do this one in September, late September. We'll start this one probably like the 3rd week in September. I don't have an exact date. I have to schedule that stuff out. But I want to show you what the book is, so you can pick it up. It is fabulous. It's like, I don't know, $10 or $11 for this book, which has so many cute projects. So let's take a look at the cuteness that is Christmas quilting with Wendy. So you can just see those on the front, but I am going to there you can see some more in here. Look at that. For those of you who like something a little bit more. Now here are just trees. So there you go, just the trees alternating with the piece block. So they are just, and then you can do just, green. That one's just green and white. You can, mix it up. You could do red and white. Here are wreaths with a little kitty in it. I just think that's so darn cute. And those are really nice wreaths. You could do one of them with the kitty for your front door. I think that would be, of course, super darling. Look at this. Look at that, with all the different Christmas fabrics. And I love how they have light and dark greens, how she did that. So it's not all solid greens. I just think that gives it a whole lot of cute movement. Okay, here is the Joy, Joy, Joy with the gingerbread guys. That one's so fun, so fun. And then ours. Let me just show you the full quilt. So here is the full quilt that we're doing. And you could do just 4 blocks. You could do just 9 blocks for a square quilt. 1 block for a pillow or a door banner. And then here's, what is it called? Once in Royal David City. This is that red and white. Let me just show you that one. Look how spectacular that is. That is so cool. Now, I'm going to give you a little hint, but I might be getting these quilts to show you on my video. So stay tuned. Look at this one. Isn't that awesome? Those are trees. Those are all trees, these guys. So for those of you who like something, maybe just a notch up, that one looks like it's foundation paper pieced. Yes, it's foundation paper pieced. So that makes it so much easier. Figgy pudding. Who has figgy pudding tradition in your family? There you go. There you go. The figgy pudding. And I think, is there one more? Yes, the maze. This one. This. Oh, look. Look how cool that is. And you could do it in any colorway. This is the red and green, you know, for a Christmas book, but you could do it in black and white. You could do it in that summery light blue and yellow. So awesome. All right, so you want to pick up this book and have it. Oh, there's one more. I'm sorry. There's the sheep. I totally forgot about the sheep. Look. Look. Aren't they cute? I don't know. Do I have a sheep from my critter quilts? That's a cute one. So cute. So you want to pick up this book so you are ready for our quilt along. And I will be using this bundle called Jolly Good. That's what I will be using. But you could use scraps. You could use whatever. So now what I'm going to do is take all this down and put the charity quilt away. So take one last look at the charity quilt. And then I'm going to put the critters up. Be right back. Here they all are, up, all the way up to the panda at the top. Let me get the other camera, and then I'm going to go on my computer for a little bit and just sort of rearrange those items up there on the computer so I can see what the filler spaces are that I need. So what I've got is, I like these. You all had opinions. Oh, such opinions on this. But I'm making the quilt and I like them. So I need to measure them though, so I can go to the computer and put the size of those. I also think this little house is so cute next to the fish. Maybe it needs to be further up since the fish has sort of more water underneath it. But I'm thinking that looks like those little huts that are on the ice for like ice fishing. And then there's just some other spacers. And so I just need to get the amounts for those. But we're going to go to the computer and just figure this part out. So I'm looking at this spot here for my half square triangles, and what's up there, they are 4-inch finished, and that would be, this would have to be 12 inches. This is actually 9.5 right now, which is funky. So we need it 9-inch finish. That would be 3 by 3 for the half square triangles. So what happens if I do 3 by 3s, then I've got that sliver. Okay, so let's just not worry about that yet. Because who knows what I'm going to do there. And then the same thing above, which would be 3 by 3. And then what I want to do is have the house, let's see, make that 1.5, and then the other 1.5, I think will be good. So I can scroll in. Okay, so now that leaves me with some sort of funky space around here, which what I can do is move the lobster for a second. And if I move this guy out, put that sliver to the left side, and then what I'll do is pull this out. I'll make this smaller for right now, pull that out. Everything has to be sewn together properly, so I don't want inset seams. So I've got sort of a mess right here. I don't know what I'm going to do. So I'm going to play around with it for a little bit and figure out how to structure all these little pieces so that I don't have these. See that point? Look at this. Look at that. So you can't have that, right? That's not regular patchwork. So this would have to come in here. There would maybe have to be a skinny slice coming up here. I'm not fond of that. But if I did, I'd make it go all the way. Here we go, winner, winner, chicken dinner. So then this guy would have to be coming all the way down so that it was like this. So I'd have that skinny piece, and then this would be filling in as, how tall is that? That's 3 inches. Okay, so that gives me a little bit better structure. So that is the kind of dilemma you get into when you're doing these sort of asymmetrical, puzzly kind of layouts, is that you find spots where if you're trying to work in something you already have, it's not maybe working, or you have to slim it down. So like when I take those half square triangles down a smaller size, that meant that above the upper one, I now have another 3 inches to fill, which was not visually what I'm seeing here. So I'm going to play around. I'm going to play around with seeing what these look like if I make them tall, so they won't be actually a regular half square triangle. They're going to look like this. So I think I'm going to go for that, which means redrafting that pattern a little bit so that they're going to have that 4-inch height on the top and the bottom, which is eliminating that big 3-inch chunk. So 3 minus an inch, and then the other inch would be, I'd only need a 1 inch up there, and that's more visually what I'm going for. So I'm going to play around with that, and I will film those parts and show them to you next week in a different video. I don't know if it'll be on Monday's video or Tuesday's video, but I'll film it over the weekend while I work on it so you won't miss out. So I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. Be sure you finish up your bountiful quilt. I'll see you online.